Hey guys, Sacdaddy here with a new video. This is on the best Morrowind start I know how to give you. The first thing you're going to do is come over here to the limeware platter. This is immediately after getting your papers. Alright, this limeware platter is worth quite a bit, get you a good bit of gold early in the game. That guard's going to come over here and try to stop you when you grab it. So just grab, a few things, go into your menu, drop them onto the ground. When you're doing this, the guard will come up to you and, ask you what's wrong, why you did that. He'll say he's going to let it go, and then those items are no longer considered stolen. So you can just pick them right back up off the ground.
Continue through to the next building and talk to Sacdaddy.
The next thing we're going to do is we're going to skip this room entirely, but we'll be back to grab everything. But first, what you want to do is you want to go into the room with Sacdaddy. Make sure you grab the ring out of the barrel, or it won't let you go into the room. So here with Sacdaddy, we're going to go all the way around him to the shelf. There's a little key right on it, right there. That key unlocks a warehouse where we're going to get some good gear. So just do the same thing you did with the platter. Grab it, and immediately go to your inventory. Sacdaddy is right next to us, so you got to be a little bit faster. And all those previous items that we stole, they're no longer considered stolen because the guard talked to us already. So now that we have the key, we're going to run back into the census office where all those other items were. So this is completely vanilla, by the way. There's no gameplay mods. Now after you've stolen everything from the bottom room and this top room here, make sure to unlock that chest with the lockpick. You're going to head back out and talk to Sacdaddy. You need to talk about Morrowind and then your duties, and then you're free to go. I suggest talking to him a little bit more to get the lore if you're into that. Now we're going to talk to Fargoth. We're going to give him his ring back because we'll get it back later. Now the next thing is, if you haven't already, you're going to go to Errol's Trade House, which is right over there, and you're going to sell your things except for this package for Caius Cosades. I have modded my strength so I don't have to go to Errol's every time, just for the purpose of this video. Now in here there is a lot of stuff. There's all kinds of armor, there's food, moon sugar, and skooma, all in these barrels. After you've taken everything, and you've, made sure to steer clear of those guards who wander back and forth, you're going to leave here. Alright, now, your next step would be to go to Errol's, because it's a hell of a lot of weight this early in the game. No one's going to be able to hold all that. And you do have all kinds of armor. There's a lot of heavy and medium armor in that warehouse if you're going to be a heavy or medium armor wearer. I would suggest definitely putting those on, just so you don't have to buy as much from Errol, because you're going to get better quality gear for free basically for doing this. Just remember that if you ever get caught by the law, guards will take that armor from you because they'll still recognize it as stolen. So normally you would go to Errol and you would sell those things. And I'm sorry guys, this video came out really choppy for some reason. It was not like this when I saw the recording. So now we're going to go find the Falling Man, Magic Falling Man, who has a spark sword, and then we're going to go find the Taxman. If you do it in this order, it's faster. And if you decide that you don't want to go do it in this order, make sure when you go to the Taxman that you go straight to his killer and not to the census office first. This is Tarheel. He's got a very interesting journal, spark sword, and scrolls of Icarian flight. Now those scrolls are awesome when you are trying to traverse the map. It's a one-of-a-kind item, really. And you can get all the way across the map to remote location that will take you a really long time to walk to just by using them. But you do have to use them properly. There's some videos that show how to do it. But right now, we're right at the taxman's location. So I'm using MGSO, so there's a lot of flora. But here's his body. It's not that far from Tar Heel. He's got the tax record, tax gold. Just dispose of his corpse and you get to take everything. Now, the next step after finding the taxman is to go to his killer, Foreign Gilnith. This is his shack right here. Now, Foreign Gilnith will use his fist to fight you, so if you need to, just leave the hut and go back in. Rest for an hour and then go back in. But you want to use the sorry there's no excuse for murder. This will allow you to get the most amount of gold from the census office. So you're just going to kill him, dispose of his corpse. He's got the taxman's ring on him as a kind of a proof of murder. And now Foreign Gilnith's hut is yours. You can, take everything and sell it and use the bed as your own. It's not owned. So now you can use Foreign Gilnith's house for everything you might need. He's got food, a couple knickknacks that you can sell to Errol. Mostly, you just want to take everything you can to sell to Errol. This gives you the strongest possible start, because you really want to get yourself a good start in this game because the beginning is the hardest part. So make sure you're selling everything over there to Errol. Next part is to go over to the census office and talk to Sacosius Ergala. And now that you've killed the taxman's killer, he will give you 500 gold. And he'll only give you the 500 gold if you kill Foreign Gilnith before reporting the murder. So do not report the murder. And the next step after all this is you're going to go up into Errol's trade house. And, if you haven't sold everything, make sure you sell it. But you're going to talk to this Nord Hriskar. And he's going to ask you to recover some gold. You say you'll do it. So he's basically pissed that Fargoth owes him money and wants you to skulk out where he's hiding it. So we're going to go up into the lighthouse. The lighthouse also has an NPC who was the lover of Processus Vitellius, the taxman. And if you give her his ring, she will give you 2 ordinary health pots. But while you're here, look in this stump, grab 25 gold and a silver cup. Because why the hell not? And again, really sorry for how choppy the video is. I don't know why it turned out like this. So then enter the lighthouse, talk to this girl here. You're going to give her the ring, or you could sell it to Errol if you don't want the health pots. I recommend getting the health pots as it will help you quite a bit, and potions can be quite pricey in the early game. Then you're going to go up to the top. You're going to grab everything up here. Nothing in the barrels, but there's some bread, a cup, paper, some drink, and a very expensive book. Then go up to the top here. You're going to stand on this corner, and then you're going to wait for nightfall. So usually it's between 9 and like 5 a.m. But if you wait here, you'll see Fargoth start to creep around. Once you see his little butt creeping, then you just wait for him to do it. He does a little route around here, and then he'll move to the tree stump. So that's basically what you're waiting for. There he is at the tree stump, creeping in. He's going to grab all his stuff and put it in there. And once you see him at the tree stump, you can jump down. Early in the game, I recommend not jumping off the lighthouse as it will kill you. And if you forgot to save, you will die and have to restart. So just go down through the lighthouse, unless you're fairly confident you know how to do it. But there's a lockpick, that magic ring we gave him, and 300 more gold. To complete the quest, you would talk to Hriskar in Errol's trade house. But I personally find the quest complete right there, as I do not want to give him any of the gold I found, and there's no drawbacks to keeping it. So next step is we're going to go cave delving and killing some slavers. You're going to walk past the Silt Strider here, and as soon as you get down, you're going to take immediate left, and this is Adamasarsis. Just a little slaver's cave here. So we're going to go in there. There's a woman in here immediately, and you're just going to beat her ass down real quick. Wow! Remember that this character I'm using is modded, so my skills are insane at the moment. It's going to take you a little bit longer, and remember to always watch your fatigue, as that will dictate quite a lot of how combat goes. But if you come up here, there are 3 slaves that you can let free, which will affect your notoriety in the world, as well as a certain quest line later on. So I like to free them all, because, you know, why the hell not? Even if you are pro-slavery, you do it just to spite these bastards who attack you on sight. Next, as you go down, is going to be a spellcaster. This guy can be quite tough to take down early. My strongest recommendation is either use a strong 2-handed weapon or arrows to get by him. And make sure you're checking all of the barrels and boxes here, because you can get some good potions, as well as moon sugar and skooma. So a lot of things that are worth big money here. Grab that key, but I think we already had it from the person. It doesn't matter. So you just got to kill this girl now. And, of course, dispose of body. She's got a lockpick and a probe on her, which is quite useful. I'm grabbing everything because this is always what I do. As you can see, there was skooma in that one. And some food. We got a little bit of gold. Some more food if you're an alchemist. And more moon sugar. Now, the moon sugar and skooma can be sold to Ravir the trader in Balmora. So that's the next place you have to go after Seyda Neen, and you've got quite a bit of it to sell. Otherwise, you can take it to the Scamp in Caldera, and he will buy it full price. Otherwise, if you just want to sell to Ravir, that's fine. But we're going to come up through here and go through this gate. Next is going to be some swimming. And you're going to go down here, and eventually it'll let out into like a big cavernous pool. At the bottom of that big cavernous pool, you're going to find a potion next to a skull. So you'll grab that, and then move up this little rock walkway. It's a levitate potion, so very useful. It can get you to a lot of cool places in the game. Remember that levitate is something that didn't translate into Oblivion in Skyrim. So we're going to kill this rat. And there is a bunch of gold, a netch leather pauldron, and then the best part for coming in here, there is a special thieves ring. If you are a stealth character, this is exceptionally strong, and even if you're not a stealth character, I recommend grabbing it to sell, because it is worth a good bit of money, but the enchantment on it is fantastic for a stealth character. And it's going to walk you up, and you're pretty much right here at the entrance. And your next step is to go back to Errol's trade house. And that would be to sell everything you've collected at the cave. So this is Errol. He's your main man. You'll be visiting him quite a few times through this. But remember, you are going to have to go in your inventory and drop your moon sugar and skooma, as he will not do business with you if you have it in your inventory. And you're going to have a lot of gold through here, so you can either wait to stockpile gold, or you can grab some spells to give him more, or buy some certain things. He does have some things that I find exceptionally useful, and he only has 800 gold for a transaction. He has, armor to complete an armor set. He's got weapons. He's got scrolls of Almcivi intervention, which is fantastic for getting out of a rough situation. He's got unhinging scrolls, he's got lockpicks, he's got probes, he's got armors, hammers, health potions, fatigue potions. So if you're finding it hard, and you don't want to wait for him to get more money, buy some of those. So at this point, we have sold everything and bought, as much armor as we can from Errol. Now I've got almost a full complete armor or set of steel armor. I bought some health potions. I bought some Civi intervention scrolls. I bought unhinging scrolls. I kept the moon sugar. I kept all my potions, the thief's ring, the spark sword, and I bought some extra health potions here. So, I mean, this is a fantastic start. We got 2,800 gold, as well as having heavy armor, which is quite more expensive. I probably could have ended with more armor if I went light. And we do have this moon sugar and skooma to make sure to sell to Ravir or the Scamp. Alright guys, I am the Sacdaddy. This is the best Morrowind start I know how to give you. Goodbye.